Guys, so today I want to share with us a short story on how I got my first post NYSA job through a friend. Sometimes when we go to church and when we read the Bible and they talk about the gift of men, most of us are quick to think that this man will be some billionaires, some CEOs somewhere, some very established people in political offices and stuff like that. That will change your life overnight. We fail to also know that the gift of man, that man may just be a friend, someone you have known in the past, someone that is currently in your life, or someone you may meet, a friend that your paths may cross. You know, so I have this friend I met in Lagos in 2007. 2007. I was in Lagos and hustling as an IT guy. Having done my diploma in computer engineering, as it was called then, but it was more of a technician kind of thing. So then had to repair computers, had to troubleshoot, had to maintain, had to assemble computer from scratch, had to configure stuff, do networking and stuff like that. So that is what I was doing to survive in Lagos. Then in the course of those my hustle, I met this wonderful friend from Kogi State. I'm tempted to call his name, but I won't because I don't think he want me to do that. He not was a social media person. All right, so I met this my friend. He's from Kogi State. In 2007. That guy had been amazing. The elder brother had a computer shop in Computer Village. I usually go to Computer Village to buy my softwares, some hardwares when I need to do replacement or buy stuff and stuff like that. So we started being friends. We became friends for that. When we met there, and then he offered at a point for me to come to Computer Village so we can be hustling there together in his brother's shop. So fast forward, I got admission and I moved to Calabar for my university education. We kept in touch, though we don't talk very often, of course. My guy na hustler and me SF are there for physics department. You know you kind of his department. So but we kept in touch. We kept in touch. We speak once in a while and stuff like that. But we remain good friends, very good friends. So because as I think at some point there was we did a few businesses then. Even when I had opportunity in my department to kind of bring some businesses, he's the one I called. So after finishing my program and I went for service, I came back from service. I was in Calabar. Then I was also pursuing. I started pursuing my scholarship that took me out of the country while I was in service. So when I came back, there were some bad decisions I made because I was hoping that the scholarship would click and I would leave, and that actually made things very very difficult for me. Very very difficult for me. I started struggling at some point very much, and looking for jobs in Calabar to survive on, but I couldn't get a constant job, so I was just doing my normal IT stuffs here and there to survive. So one day I just picked up my phone. I came back from church, I think. And I just picked up my phone and said, "Ah, this is my friend. I don't know where I am from my mom. We can just call her. Maybe let's just catch up. So I called this guy. And even though I called him, my guy screamed. So I took ask, why they scream? What are you? What's up? Them say they Calabar. I say it's a lie. See, I think Calabar like this. I said a lie. He said they Marian, somewhere for Marian that I say, give me your location or they come track you up. No, 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 no. My guys give me his address and the hotel that he lost. So I went there, we saw, and it was real. So we started talking, and I was telling him, my life story since I left, since I came back from service, my experience and stuff. So after we had a conversation, he said to me, okay, you know what? When I go back to Lagos, I will try to see to fix a few things in my company. You can come, my business, you can come join me. Because my guy is into smart homes and automations. He's into a lot of things, smart home automations. I want to set up a cinema room in your home, the equipment, the setup, everything, smart locks. My guy is into all of these things, well trained. He has gone to Dubai, South Africa, and a lot of other places to be trained on, and he's been there for been doing it for a very long time. Please can reach out to me if you need such a service, please. I will highly recommend it. So after I met him, I told him all those things. He now said, okay, that there's somewhere he is going to that we should can go there. We can go so that we can be talking while we are there. I said fine. So we went to one fine house that was just still being set up close in Calabar. For some of you who are based in Calabar, just after by MCC, there's a road that goes through around one Navy, I think Navy quarters. I don't know what that's the name. So we went there, and I noticed that. So when we got there, he was setting up. He said he came to do some work in that place. So we did some IT works there, some basic networking, installed some access point, we installed something because we was trying to set up the automation and smart home for the person. So after we finished that work, he said there's somewhere else you need to go and pick something. I said okay. So we moved from there. We went to Esugutan in Calabar. It's like an industrial layout where there were a lot of tank farms. Tank farm is like a filling station of all filling stations. Or like central bank is to other banks. So it's where marketers come there to buy crude in trail in trucks and stuff, and then supply to filling stations and other places like that. So that's where the tank farm is. So we got there, and he went there to install some cameras. So we did some few works there, throw some and lay out some cables, do some basic configurations there and stuff. So after we finished, we got back and my friend went back to Lagos. So when he went back to Lagos, a few days later he called me and said, "Remember that place we went to, that house we went to do that work?" I said, "Yes." He said that house actually belonged to the son to the owner of one of the biggest transport companies in Nigeria. He didn't tell me. I won't mention the name so that that house belonged to the man. So the man is actually setting up a business in Calabar. So that is where he'll be residing whenever he's in Calabar. So he was there to make the place ready for him. So that is one of his clients, his bosses in Lagos. I said, okay. Then he now said that place we went to that office we went to. I said, yes. He said, fine. That office is a tank farm. So they have already employed people from Lagos. The people have already undergone training, and they were resuming sometime in September, I think a month or so after we met. I said, okay. He said that he has spoken to the owner of that company about me, that he has told him how good I am, and he's encouraging him to bring me on board, to employ me in this thing. I was like, wow, okay. So, and the man has requested that he was going to interview me by himself because of what my friend have told him about me. So the man wanted to meet and interview me by himself. I said, fine, that's good. So the day came, and then I think the man called me. I can't remember how we communicated. I think it was the man PA or so. Yeah, the man PA called me. I was spoke, and then when the man was in the office, he asked me to come. So when I left my house, Rain dealt with me, but that's a story for another day. So I got to the office, and then the man interviewed me. When he finished interviewing me, he didn't tell me how much he was going to pay me. He was impressed with my performance, but he said he was going to tell my friend how much he was going to pay me, and my friend will let me know. So if I'm happy with the amount, then I can resume. Then when the other team comes down to Lagos, Calabar, because they're going to come have like 1 or 2 weeks training for 1 or 2 weeks training for or using the software that they're going to use for for the tank farm operation and stuff, and they're going to use the computers that are already there, stuff like that, so they can get used to everything. I said okay. So I left. I called my friend and told him. My friend said, no wahala. So some people started discouraging. Someone said, I mean, this guy won't use you. Won't act like agent. People say they will pay salary. You can collect court before they give them. I said, no, nobody. That my friend want to know. You know. So then my friend called me a few days later and said, the man is offering to give me a specific amount of money. I think now it's history, so I can mention the amount, 50,000 naira. But again, one reason I get to lose. I was not happy with the amount. I felt I deserved more. And then my friend said, well, look, just put yourself there first. Even you put yourself there, work for some time. If the place is not okay and the salary is not okay, at least you would have gotten some experience, post-graduate experience to use and look for other jobs. You are good in what you do. Other time farms there, you can put that in my application at some point and stuff. It's okay, right? So I said, okay, no problem. So when the guys came down to come and do the job, to come and do the training, I was the IT guy on ground to make sure that things were going well and stuff. So they said, okay, fine, this guy is very good, really, really good. And then they had to increase my salary by about 50%. Yeah, 50%. Yeah, about 50%. So that was what they gave me in my official appointment. Now I'm not going to go talking a lot more about that. That's the only company I was, by the way, in Nigeria 1 year before I traveled to the UK. So what am I trying to say? You see, whenever you think of the gift of men, also think of the gift of friendship. There are people who share good news with their friends. I was just watching a video this afternoon on Facebook where a guy who was serving somewhere, based in Enugu, I think, got applied for a bank job while in service, and they gave him the job. He came back with that job. He told his two friends, and those two friends arranged and they killed him. They killed him. His friends, the people he could confide with, he saw them as people like, I'm happy. Let me share my joy with them. So the gift of friendship is very important. People that you, when you have situations, we have always heard the saying of that there are friends that stick closer than a brother. You see, this is my friend I'm talking about. I can trust you with my life. I'm telling you, things I cannot trust my own blood with, I can trust him without thinking twice. Because we've gone a long way. Even while I'm here in the UK, sometimes he will send money here. I'll buy some things, send it to a transport company he connected me with, and then they will tell him to send it back to Nigeria and stuff. As a matter of fact, when I went to Nigeria to go and do my wedding, he was the one that booked and paid for the hotel I stayed in Lagos for about a night or two. Came to the airport to pick me up. And there are other good times and stuff. And that time I went to anyway. That's just a story for another day. So the gift of friendship is very important. There are people who are blessed with it. People who are blessed, who are surrounded by friends that will go the extra mile. For some of us who watched Love in Every Word, you saw the type of friends that what's his name? Let me just call him Achalugo because I can't remember the exact name, the name he was wearing in that film again. Is it Choma? You saw the kind of friends that surrounds Choma. Those are the kind of friends you don't just see them as, you see that a gift of, when you talk about the gift of friendship. Friends whose your pain is their pain, your sorrow is their sorrow. When you are in a tight corner, they can go the extra mile to make sure that you're good. A friend that will find himself in a room not filled with opportunities, but with just one opportunity, and you are the person that comes to mind. You are the person, the only one that comes to mind. A friend that you can confide in, and your secrets are safe with that person. That is the kind of friend I have in this my guy. Of course, I'm blessed with a couple of other good friends, but today is his day. Today is the one I'm talking about. You know why I'm doing this video? Yesterday we're going out to do some shopping with my wife, and then she just saw me shaking my head and smiling, and she said, "What?" She said, "I'm just thinking about my friend. I'm just taking myself back, and I'm thinking about certain things, and I'm just thinking about this my friend." And I just called my friend. I said, "Let me call him." And I called him, and while we were driving, the phone was on speaker. We were talking, and then he said, I wasn't planning to call you, so I said, "I sit down well before I call you." And then I heard the good news that he just welcome a baby yesterday. So I am celebrating this friend, the gift of friendship in my life. This gift of friendship is what I'm celebrating. I am privileged to have a few friends that I know that I can call friends. Indeed. There are things I have done with this my friend that I cannot be confident enough to do with some other people. Even some other people that I look at that we are close to, that we call friends, even families. I'm telling you. So whenever your pastor talk about the gift of men, do not only think of a politician somewhere. Do not even think of a billionaire somewhere. Because it is in very rare cases where someone will tell you, I was just sleeping and this name came to me. I kept hearing this name and this phone number. It is difficult. You understand what I mean? You need someone with access. That man they are talking about is someone with access. Someone that have you in mind. Someone that think of you in a place filled with opportunities, or with just one opportunity. My friend has been in Lagos. He has other guys who are into IT. He would have just asked, recommended any of them. He has boys that are working for him. He would have just recommended any of them. But he remembered me in Calabar. And like I said, of all the team that worked in that company until I left, I was the only one that was recruited outside of Lagos. Every other person came from Lagos to come and work. The gift of friendship. The gift of men. And mine, I'm talking about a male, a man. But sometimes it could be a female. And that is why sometimes, like for guys, not every woman you want to bash. Not every woman will come your way, you want open skirt. You won't do like that. You understand what I mean? Some of these people are the angels God has positioned in your life for certain seasons, for certain times, for times such as the one I found myself after my service. You know what I mean? Well, the video is getting too long. I hope someone picks something from here. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you so much for allowing me, for listening to me. If you watched to this very time, I really appreciate. I really, really do appreciate. Thank you very much for watching. Please comment, share your thoughts, okay? Just like the video. And also share it with someone. Like the way I'm going to share it with my friend, so that he will know how much I cherish and value his friendship. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.